I gotta put the background. Hang on. You're there.
Hi everyone, it's Thursday night. I'm probably like a minute late, so let's make sure.
Or three.
Or three, as my mom just reminded me. So let's see. Okay, I just want to see if we have sound. Okay, we do. All right, welcome everyone. Thursday Night Live with Sarah and my mom, Sue from the Paper Cut. And we are here. I'm a little frazzled right now, just a little. Normally I, have more of an idea of what I'm doing tonight, not so much. Because literally the glitter papers came in and I was like, hurry, can you cut them? So I had them available for tonight. So literally we are just playing. I have a semi idea, but yeah, I was just cutting stuff up until like 30 seconds ago. So anyways, what do we have going on at the Paper Cut? Well, the new glitter papers came. Yay. I don't have them online yet because like I said, they just came. I am behind, of course, on getting my recap email. That's what I'm working on tomorrow and Saturday. Pending, unless we get asked to babysit the grandbaby, because he takes priority over you guys. Sorry. So anyways, but yeah, I'm working on that, getting the recap email. There will be a link for the new glitter papers, which I'm hoping to get up tomorrow. Or Saturday. But I will do an email. So if you're not on my email list, go to the home page, go in the upper right hand corner. It says join email or sign up for email list. So if you haven't been getting my emails, sign up there and then you'll get one this weekend for sure. So anyways, we've got that going on. Today we sent out all of our kits for the bee craft along, which is the triple tier slider. So if you haven't seen it the last couple weeks, the triple tier slider, this is the bees craft along. It's on June 11th on the Crafters Classroom page. So we're doing the triple tier slider and we're doing this flip it card. And all of those kits just shipped out today. So that's what we were busy doing today. We shipped, I don't know, like 100 and some packages, which is a lot for us to get out. But we got them all out. So they're all on their way to you all.
And I wasn't even here.
And yeah, and my mom wasn't even here. She was painting her trim because her kitchen's almost done. She's in the finishing stretch for that. So anyways, yes, we got those all out today. Now we did start with I got a different like cardboard mailer to mail the first class ones. So it's the first time using them. I think they should be good. I'm hoping, fingers crossed. So if anybody, after you get your kit, which if they went out today, you'll start getting them on Saturday or Monday. If you just want to shoot me an email and say, yay, it arrived and it's in great condition, or these suck, don't ever use them again, send me, if you want to comment.
Good, bad, or indifferent.
Good, bad, or indifferent. On the first class ones. Now the priority ones went more in a box or in a padded envelope. The ones with orders obviously went in a box. But the first class ones, we have a new like cardboard envelope, and it's less cardboard. It's less taping on our part, so it took less time to get them done. And I think they're going to be really good. So yes, if you get yours and you want to shoot me an email and let me know, good, bad, or indifferent, that would be great because I want some feedback. So anyways, they're for us, they're about the same cost, but it is less taping, less time, less cardboard, so better for the environment, I think. That would be great. So anyways, that's coming up June 12th, and we still do have kits available. So if you missed it, it's on the class page, the B triple tier slider craft along. And now let's go down to the table.
You're there.
Okay. So these are the new glitter papers. And the white. The white came back also, which is the crystal diamond print, and that we've been out of since last year, like October. But while I was ordering those, I figured I may as well get some other ones. I'm missing one color here. There's another color that was hiding behind, but I'm missing gold. Can't be missing gold.
There's one.
There's gold. So anyways, yes, there are 15 colors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Well, there's 16 here. So, okay, maybe there's 2 golds. Okay, I was not missing gold. It's just right here. So anyways, I'm just going to leave it there. So these are the new colors. I think they're fabulous. They are, so they're a little chunkier. And just for a frame of reference, I don't know if you're going to be able to see this on the screen, but this is the silver. This is the Miri Sparkle silver. So the difference between them, the Miri Sparkle it's sparkly, but it's not as chunky of glitter. Now, it is still fairly smooth. I'm going to get I think I die cut something and I got a little metal shaving in my finger because I just went across it. Ouch. That hurts. I just must have die cut something, and yeah, I hate when that happens. Anyways, so this is the new one, and these are all called Diamond Pack. The new line is called Diamond Pack. It's from a different manufacturer, where our other line is the Miri Sparkle. Now the Miri Sparkle is a little bit thinner weight. This is more like a cardstock. Probably, I have to look at the GSM, but I think it is about a 90 to 100 pound cardstock. So it's a little bit heavier. And does it look sparklier on the screen, Mom?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So yeah, this is the Diamond Pack. It's a little bit more glittery. It's still supposed to be, how there's some glitter papers out there and, the glitter just flies off of them. This, they told me, it is still non-shedding unless you're like folding it a lot. You might get a few flakes folding off that way. And that's what they told me. They said it's non-shedding, but if you're bending it a lot, like folding it, scoring it, you might get some flakes falling off, but not like the glitter paper where it's literally coming off the paper. Now, one thing with, people always say, can I use my Copic markers?
Will you have an assorted pack, Sarah?
We will have an assorted pack, yep, of all 15. The 15 will not include the white. The white will be separate.
Does it have a pattern in the glitter?
It does not have a pattern in the glitter. Nope, no pattern. So
I'm watching two Facebook pages here.
Oh,
Your class page.
Okay. Oh, yeah, that's good. So people say, can you color on it? Well, you can color on them with your Copics, and you don't want to. The Miri Sparkle is a smoother. This one is still very smooth, but the Miri Sparkle is just a little bit smoother. But you can color on them with your Copics. Now, Copics are an alcohol, so, and this honestly is the first time that I've gotten these out and played with them. So I'm playing with them, and you're seeing it at the same time. Now, see how the alcohol inks soak into the Miri Sparkle? They do stay a little bit more on top, and they are dry on the newer glitter paper. So you keep a more vibrant color with your Copics on the newer glitter paper versus the Miri Sparkle. Now, I love the Miri Sparkle, and it's not going away. I just had an opportunity to get these new colors from a different manufacturer, so I did it. So anyways, but I am going to compare some of the things, and this is just the first one, and like I said, I'm doing it right now with you. I hadn't done it before. So we're going to test some other things. We're going to test some alcohol inks. We're going to test stamping and die cutting. So I did do some of the die cutting ahead of time, but let's take the colors and we're just going to put them all off to the side. And I have my watercolors here because the white one, I have watercolored that one before. So, but let's just go into the stamping really quick. So I tested 3 inks. I tested StazOn, I tested Mementos, and I tested the VersaFine Clair. Now I know there's a whole bunch of other inks out there, but those are the 3 that I did. So I'm just going to pull out a new sheet because we are going to test dry times, because these I did earlier in the day and they're all dry. And you can see that the Mementos did soak in a little bit, and it's not as brilliant black as the StazOn and the VersaFine. And I did different ones because you would not want to color the one with the StazOn with your Copic markers. But again, I'm not even sure if I color these, if that's gonna spread the ink. So this is the VersaFine Clair, and it looks like it does fine. That looks like it does fine. Now this one should blend because they're both alcohol, but actually it kind of does fine too. So I don't know. But let's just go and we're gonna stamp them and we're gonna test dry times. And I'm gonna rub my finger over them after to see if they're dry, how quick they dry. So I have my StazOn. And normally I wouldn't do this. I wouldn't open up all 3 ink pads at the same time. And I have my Mementos. And I have my VersaFine Clair. And if I was going to guess, I would say the VersaFine Clair is going to be the slowest to dry. So let's just check it out. Just going to take my pinky. See, the StazOn is dry. Make sure my pinky's clean. This one, the Mementos, I had a little bit of rubbing off, so that one takes a little bit longer dry time. And the VersaFine Clair, actually, that one I'm not getting any rub off, so yeah, the Mementos took the longest to dry. So this is on the white. Now let's try the silver, because I know with the Miri Sparkle, the watercolor or the waterish ones don't dry. So you do need the Stays On or alcohol on the Miri Sparkle. But let's test the colored, because I think the colors might be a little different of process of making the glitter paper than the white, because they're a little bit different. So let's just test them, because I want to know what the colored ones do also. Oh, well, that doesn't show up very good. Well, it does show up, but it soaks more in there. Okay, so I might not be stamping on the colored ones, because that was the Stays On and you could hardly see it. If you turn it at an angle, you can see it, but straight on, it's too glittery and you don't really see it. Okay, so that may have, we might not be stamping on the glitter paper except for the white. So you can see them, but it's so glittery that you have to be at a certain angle in order to see the stamping. Because straight on, yeah, you can't see it so much. Okay. Tested that. Well, let me try like a copper, because I think leaf veins would be really pretty. Oh, yep. You get kind of the same effect. It's just too glittery to get a really dark image, but you do get the darker image with the white. But I'm still going to test them for dry time. Okay, so I'm just going to rub my finger over them. Yep. So yeah, it's hard to see even if it's dry or not. So yeah, I don't recommend stamping on them just because they're so glittery that you don't get the effect. Now let's just go to the Miri Sparkle just for comparison. And I'm going to use Stays On. And yeah, so you can see it a little bit better with the Miri Sparkle. But again, not a whole ton better. I have printed, laser printed, with the Miri Sparkle.
So Valerie Brown says, I wonder if you can see a lighter ink on darker glitter paper.
That's a good point. It might need to be embossed, and I don't have my embossing stuff with me, but I will pull it out and we'll try it one day. Just not today, because we're going to move on to some other things. Okay, so yeah, we tested our inks. But yeah, maybe a white ink or white embossing would stand out, but we will check that one day. All right, so we already tested our markers. We tested our inks, which they show up better on the white than the more sparkly. Let's go to die cutting. So I've got the green. I really like the green. And I do have some, because I did die cut this frame earlier, so I have the balloons for those. So the matching balloons. So I've got some matching balloons here. So I am just going to turn around and I'm going to die cut, and I will pull them off of the die cut machine. Okay, so I'm just back here. I'm die cutting. Now these are a little bit thicker, and okay, so they die cut all the way through. And granted, these dies have been used a lot. Okay. But, so let me grab my little pin. With the Miri Sparkle, if you have a really intricate die, oops, I need a better pin. If you have a really intricate die, sometimes it doesn't cut all the way through. Okay, so yes, this did cut all the way through, and it's hard to see from the front where to poke it out. It's easier to see on the white backing, but because it has a harder cardstock backing, it is easier to punch these guys out.
White pigment ink, Sarah?
Yeah, we could try white pigment ink. I won't try it today, but I'll try it some other day with the white pigment ink on the glitter paper. I have to find it in my stamp room and also find the re-inker for it. So yeah, they do die cut very well, and my dyes are well loved or used. So new dyes always cut good, but believe me, these dyes have been used quite a bit, and I did not have, sometimes when you're die cutting glitter paper, because the glitter paper, the glitter has to attach to the paper somehow, and it's by adhesive. So sometimes you get where it kind of sticks in there just because of the adhesive that's in between the glitter and the paper. So, but this seems to die cut very well. So, yay. I could even try a detail one. So let me just try this little Celebrate. Let me try that one really quick and see how our detail die, really thin die does.
Do you have those on the website yet, Sarah?
I don't have them on the website yet because literally they just came in. I haven't even taken pictures of them yet for the website.
All right. I was going to give them a link, but there is no link.
There is no link yet, yep. So anyways, I cut my Celebrate out, and you can see that it cut. And this is a very detailed, thin die. So it does take a little bit of patience to work it out, but yeah, it came out, it popped out really good. And again, my Celebrate has been used a lot.
Oh, yes.
Because I did use it, I think, for a make and take at one point.
Hey, my fingers look like I have a French manicure again because of that painting that I'm doing.
My mom is painting over trim to go in her new kitchen. So yeah, look at that. Pretty good at die cutting the detail. Sometimes with the Miri Sparkle, because it's thinner, it wouldn't die cut as well. Now you would think that the thinner it would die cut a little bit better, but yeah, sometimes the thinner I don't think cuts better. So I have all my little pieces. Just gonna brush them onto the floor. Okay, so yeah, die cutting, good. Let's go to watercoloring, which I know this one watercolor is good. So let's start with that one. And then we'll go to alcohol ink. So I'm using my Peerless watercolors. And I'm just getting a drop. Oh, too much.
That was the first time I came across you, was a make and take with that die, Robin Bennett.
Oh, with the birthday balloons? Yeah, I did that as a make and take. So anyways, there we have our watercolor. Now, where did I put my Miri Sparkle? You cannot watercolor on the Miri Sparkle because the water-based just does not work. Let me see if I can find my blue. But the water-based does work on at least the white for sure, and we're gonna test the silver, and we're also gonna test some alcohol inks too. Looking for my blue. I like my blue.
Ooh.
So yeah, we'll just let that for a minute, but let's go on to the silver and just see how the silver does. I probably am going to grab both the same colors. Ooh, those are pretty. And here I think is where right here where I'm starting to get a little bit of black in there. That's where I had stamped, because I'm using the same one that I stamped on. But look at how vibrant that is. Pretty. So it is a little bit more washed out on the white, but on the silver it's very vibrant. Let me go to my blue. Ooh, Yeah, I like the watercolors. So, but we're going to let that dry for a minute just to see how it dries, just to make sure it does dry, okay? Because I like it wet, but let's see what it does as far as drying, you know, because if it stays wet, yeah, that doesn't do us any good. We have to make sure it dries. Okay, so we're going to set that a little bit aside, and I'm going to grab another piece of white, and I'm going to grab another piece of silver. So this is our silver Miri Sparkle, and I'm going to get the alcohol inks out. Actually, I might grab gold too, because I was going to try, gold, because I pulled, well, I'll try silver just so we can do the same little experiment on all, because I have some blues and purples. So let's try some blues, purples, and greens. And see what they do on all three. Now I know that on the Miri Sparkle, it soaks in and it gets lighter. On the white, it stays darker, and sometimes it gets blotchy, so let's just try. So it starts out really dark on our Miri Sparkle, but it's going to lighten up. And our white, sometimes it gets blotchy. Okay, let's try our new one. So yeah, there is a good assortment of colors, but yeah, if you ever want a color that you don't have, and we'll try these in just a minute. We'll let them dry for just a minute. Ooh, it's really dark. I started out really dark. I do really like the silver. We just have to make sure it dries. So this one, this is our watercolor. So these two, I'm just letting those dry for a minute. And I'm going back to my watercolored ones. Now they're still a little wet.
How many pages of watercolor pages of each color?
Oh, in here, in the Pure List, there's 1 page each, and I believe it's 19 or 20 colors. So it tells the name of it on the opposite page. So you get just 1 sheet of each color, but they do last a very long time. And I believe it also tells behind it also.
So 1 page of each
One
color.
page of either 19 or 20 colors. So these are still wet, but and I don't know why I've got a little bit of red in here, but I know that the white one, I worked with the white before. This one we can heat, it will dry. I'm just speeding up the dry time a little. So the white, yep. Okay, so we've got our background. Now on our silver, they started out very brilliant, and they did seem to fade in a little bit. Okay, so they didn't stay, they started out brilliant on the silver, but they did fade then.
Do you sell those watercolors, Sarah?
I don't have any in stock right now, yeah. So hang on, I'm going to turn that off for a minute. Because remember, this is the watercolor now. Remember how brilliant they were on here? Well, as they dried, they faded, okay? And the watercolor on the white stayed nice and pretty much the same color. The watercolor on the silver started out very brilliant, but it faded. Okay, so that was probably stick away from the watercolor on the diamond pack. So again, these are called diamond pack. The white one is it's different. It's from the same mill, but it's crystal diamond print. So the white one is good for watercoloring. The silver one, not so much. Now we're over to our alcohol ink. it's dry. And I do like the colors on the silver of the alcohol ink. It kept its brilliance. This one, I don't like this one as much. You kind of lose your glitter type effect on there. So I do like the silver. You keep your glittery. The white, I'm not a fan. So I like it in small amounts. Like I've used this for green hands, but now that I know that it works really nice on the silver, and I'm actually going to try the gold too with autumn colors. The Miri Sparkle, remember how these started out the same color? Miri Sparkle fades quite a bit. Okay, so just different. The Miri Sparkle, you cannot watercolor on, it'll never dry. You cannot do direct paper with dye-based inks, it'll never dry. You have to use alcohol inks pretty much on the Miri Sparkle. So this is our experiment with the white. It's just really dark on the white. You see some of the glitter on the silver. Our watercolor, we kept our watercolor shades on the white, but we lost the shades on the silver. Even though they went on nice, we lost them. So, yeah, alcohol inks, great. Watercolors on the silver, not so much. Watercolor on the white, good. Alcohol inks on the white, not a huge fan, at least with these colors. So, let's go to, I did want to try alcohol inks on my gold. And I just want to try this, so bear with me. I'm going to try some autumn colors because I just want to see what the autumn colors do on the gold. And I've got, what do I have here? Rust. I should have grabbed a brown, but I didn't. So I've got rust. I've got crimson. And I've got terracotta, and I'm not going to put a yellow down because it probably won't pay to have a yellow. So now I think these would make really pretty leaves.
Pastel alcohol markers might work on the white.
Yes. Yes, the pastel probably would. The bright, I'm not a fan of the really deep colors, but the pastel would probably be better. But this would probably be very pretty for autumn leaves. So yeah, autumn colored alcohol inks on the gold. I think it's called gilded gold. I don't even know the names of all these yet, but alcohol inks on this gold would be very pretty for leaves. So, all right, I think that is mostly what we were going to test. Now, I do want to make a card with that, and I already have some of these guys to go up here. Now, I can either watercolor or I can I think I'll watercolor. So let me see. I've got another strip.
Ooh, that is pretty.
So I did cut out, this is one of our triple oval dies that I cut that out. And I did pre-cut a Celebrate out. Let's see, I do have another color.
Oops. Okay.
All right. So I'm going to pull out my watercolors again. Okay, so we kind of tested. If anyone wants to see anything else, you just let me know. But let me get these out again, and I'm just going to do some watercolors in the background. Yes, sometimes I carry these, the Pureless. I just don't have any in stock right now. But if you want them, let me know, because it's something that I can get. And I don't mind bringing it in because I did carry it. I just ran out of them.
The balloon dyes are in stock?
Yep, the balloon dyes are in stock.
Okay.
Let's see if we can find a purple or a pinky. There's a crimson, a royal crimson, mahogany, sepia. I don't know if there's like the kind of purple I'm looking for, but let's just go to the wisteria violet. Ooh, that's a little dark. But when you're working with the Peerless, if you don't want it as dark, you just add a little bit more water to it. And another thing that you can do, oops, and I don't have any paper towel here. Hang on. I have little bits of paper towel.
Okay. All right.
You can always blot it off. Yeah, so if you get too much on there, you can blot off or add more water.
Okay, Valerie Brown would like to buy a book of those Peerless watercolor sheets.
Okay. Yep. I'll start a list of whoever wants the Peerless, and I will get some ordered and we'll get them to you. But yeah, see how they just push around on there really well? And I'm staying away from the outsides just because. Okay, now I'm going to give that a little bit of a dry.
I missed the beginning. Is that how the watercolors come? Flat like that?
They come flat like this, and on each page, this is actually a sheet that has baked on color. So the color is baked onto the sheet, and I just take and I kind of get a drop of water coming out and I pick up the color. And I'm just doing I mean, this kind of just looks like a blobbity background, but I'm putting my frame over the top of it. So yes, you don't lose the glitter with the watercolors on the white. Yeah, the white and the colors, they're different. Must be a different process that they use to make them.
How much is that flat watercolor set?
This set is $20. So I'm going to dump those off of there. And this I'm just going to attach onto there. It is just a light background. Let me see what I can use to attach. Hopefully
Are the Peerless watercolors normally on your website, Sarah?
They're normally on the accessory page. They're not on there right now.
Okay.
But yeah, they're normally on the accessory page. And like I said, I'll try to get them back up. Well, I have to order them to get them in stock, and then I'll get them back up.
Okay. Okay, put me on the list. I got people we'll have to go through this later.
Okay. Yeah, I really like the Peerless watercolors. If you're not a watercolor gal and you just want to get started playing with the watercolors, or they're really good for traveling, just having something really quick and easy to use for watercoloring. Now I am gonna, sometimes when I'm working with mirror card, making sure my surface is dry, and I turn it over and I push it that way to attach it. Sometimes when you're attaching mirror card from the front and you put your sticky little fingers on it, then you end up with spots on your mirror card. So if you have a clean work surface and you get it semi-attached and you just take it and push down that way, then you can get it to stick to the whole thing without getting fingerprints on it. So I did bring a So Silk blue card because that tends to match, well, it matches the other blue. So it tends to match this blue, which actually I do have this one that I cut out. So there's two different blues. There's this kind of royaler blue, which we were kind of missing in our glitter line, and there's this tealy blue. And now I'm going to actually go with my green. And I did die cut an oval. Okay, so now now that I got it kind of figured out, I'm going to take everything off and just attach. Oh, this is the one that I'm out of, remember?
We haven't got that print yet. Oh my gosh. That's 3 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
Speaking of mirror card, I am doing my 100 Christmas cards with it, and I'm layering. I am having a tough time getting anything to stick to it. What do you recommend for adhesive to stick something to the mirror card?
I use the ATG tape, and you saw just a minute ago that I used my glue pen, and that sticks to the back. So that stuck to the back. On these balloons that I'm going to stick down, I could use this, but I am going to use my micro dot adhesive, and that sticks. Foam tape sticks. Hang on, I got to get this out of my hand. The thing that does not stick are these little tape runners. Don't stick really well. They might stick initially, but in about a week, they'll come off. So, but
if we had Kokuyo still in the United States, that would work too.
Kokuyo is an older tape, but that one worked really good. So I'm using my micro dot adhesive sheets, and now if I can find a spot that's not used, because I've been using, I need to go through and there we go. This one, because it's solid, I'm just going to use my ATG. Or I can pop it up with foam tape. Because that one's solid, I can pop that one up. That would be an easy one to pop. Because there's no holes in it. Actually, I might pop my middle one. So I might pop this one, and it doesn't matter if I get foam tape behind my stars, because then I might put yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Hang on. So yeah, the tape that I'm using, I use either my micro dot adhesive or my ATG tape or foam tape or even my Zig pen works. The cheaper dot rollers, those don't work as well. Now, you're probably saying, well, I have my foam tape sticking through the holes of the stars, which I strategically did on purpose, because if I cut my balloon in a couple different colors, and I am going to take my green stars and I am going to attach them in here. It's a little putsy, and I could turn them over so I have some white and some green. I'm missing a star. That's okay.
It's hiding someplace.
Yeah,
There it is. I see it.
Well, actually, I've got other stars over here,
Okay.
so. And I actually have some
See it?
some circles right here that I could put some glue in some of these, and I could put some white dots on my, and I just turned them over because their glitter paper is white on the other side. Probably lost some of them, but that's okay. One more. Not like anyone's gonna notice, but. Okay, so I have my balloons, and I could take some of those and put them on my, even though they're not die cut out, I could put some stars or dots on my green balloon too. Okay, so then I'm going to put foam tape on the back of my oval. And then we'll attach the word celebrate. Now the celebrate comes with the die too. The die, there's the balloon frame, okay, and then there's the balloon cutouts, the layering balloon die. So it's two separate dies. There's the cutout and then there's the layering ones. So on the layering ones you get the strings and the balloons. I think the word celebrate comes with the balloon frame, but I am not totally positive right off the top of my head. I would have to look at the die online. So let me get some micro dot adhesive for my celebrate. All right, so you will probably all be seeing a lot of glitter paper coming up. Oops, hang on, I'm missing adhesive on the back of my celebrate.
You are lost the sound in your back. I don't know what happened, Sherry. Sherry Watt has lost the sound and came back. Must be
Okay, well, we're glad it came back. I don't know why it lost. I don't know if it lost for everybody or, yeah, sometimes the internet is finicky. So anyways, just a few things before we go, because I was cutting out stuff. So I cut out a green tree. This is with the two different greens, the limey green and the darker green, but that was kind of fun. And with the orange, I cut out a pumpkin. I didn't attach the pieces, so that's why they're kind of, his face is kind of falling all over. My grad card from last week that I haven't finished, I cut out the word grad with the red, and then 4th of July, I see some red and blue stars in our future. So yeah, we're going to have a lot of fun with glitter paper coming up. So thank you for joining me tonight. I will get the glitter paper posted over the next few days, and watch for an email from me with a link. And we will see you next week. Have a great night, everyone.